this video of old Mushmouth because he really. Let's just take a moment to enjoy something very horrible, actually. Our president's mind is deteriorating. And this part, he really got it got away from him. Got away from him, the point. And he's talking about, what was it, taxes? Oh, yeah, he doesn't say it in the description. But he's talking about taxes or tax cuts. I'm going to play it. Tell me if you can make heads or tails of this fucking retard of a president that we have.
There's a lot of other, for example, the idea that we're, in terms of taxes, that they refuse to, for example, I was able to balance the budget and pass everything from the global warming bill. Anyway, I was able to cut by $1.7 billion in the first 2 years the deficit that we were accumulating. And because I was able to say to it that the 55 corporations in America that made $400 billion or $40 billion, $400 billion.
What is he talking about?
That they pay zero in tax, zero. There's a lot of other, for example.
It's like he kept trying to recalculate, and he just couldn't get it. It's like doing this. So they had 40% in taxes, for example, and then he had no example ready to go. Oof. It was like, hold on, there was a lot of this going on in his mind. A lot of that. He just couldn't get it. He couldn't get it right. Hold on, I'm going to play it back. For example, I guess that's a good way. He found a decent way, I guess, to fucking get around the Alzheimer's there. It's just really confuse us as much as he's confused. And then that way we're all confused, and then we think, all right, I guess he answered the question somewhere in there. And then I think his idea is, let me give enough, because he knows he has the media on his side. Let me give them enough to edit around. It's like he knows in his mind there's a lot of cutting room floor shit that he's saying, but he knows the media is going to edit around his retardation.
There's a lot of other, for example, the idea that we're, in terms of taxes, that they refuse to, for example, I was able to balance the budget and pass everything from the global warming bill. Anyway, I was able to cut by $1.7 billion in the first 2 years the deficit that we were accumulating. And because I was able to say to it that the 55 corporations in America that made $400 billion.
Goodbye.
$400 billion that they pay zero in tax. Zero.
Goodbye.
There's a lot of other, for example, the idea that we're, in terms of taxes, that they refuse to, for example, I was able to balance the budget and pass everything from the
Oh my God. He's fucking gone. He's gone. I mean, it's just so hard to feel bad for him. I know a lot of people go, I feel bad for him. I just can't. I can't. I mean, I get it. If I were to, I have to make up my own context to feel bad for him. You know what I mean? Like where they go, oh, well, he's Grandpa Joe and this and that. But then it's like he has a granddaughter that he ignores. He completely ignores. Is he really sweet old Grandpa Joe? Like that part even is killed for me. If he was at least like he had a family that seemed normal, then I'd probably feel bad for him a little bit. But yeah, it's just I can't feel anything. I can't feel anything for this guy, and that pisses me off because I know I'm not that type of person. As much as much of a piece of shit as I come off online, sometimes I care too much, and I'm like, why the fuck do I give a shit? So yeah, I just you're right, Lisa. A normal family would get him help. And they don't care. You could tell his wife is even like just pushing him out there. No fucks given. No fucks given. That's when you raise a family with no morals. That's what happens. No morals. You watch your father just lie his whole life, pretend to be things he's not, pretend to be some kind of scholar, and then it all gets just exposed. And then what way he must have rationalized that to his family to where they go, all right, not only will we accept that, but we're going to do it too. It's because that's how he raised his family. So, yeah. It's just, I think you could tell a lot about a man when you look at his family. I don't know. That could be a loaded statement, but I think it definitely is definitely a stripe. Definitely a stripe. All for the cause. Yeah, I mean, that could have been his thing. He could have told his family, look, no matter what, you push me out there. This is bigger than me. Maybe that's how they look at it. To them, it's probably heroic to them. They see it as heroic. And then obviously his administration, just like they're getting to do whatever they want to do. So they don't give a shit. So yeah, and his son is running rampant all over the fucking globe. I just I don't know. Kind of like you see the Fetterman thing. Fetterman, I have a little bit more like I feel for, because like honestly, people have been making fun of him for wearing the hoodies and the shorts on stage, and honestly, I don't mind that. I really don't. But it's just the fact that he's mush brain, and part of me doesn't know if he knows what's going on sometimes. But yeah, it's like the same thing. Wouldn't you think like your family would, especially if they're a blue collar family, wouldn't you think they would go, all right, look, fuck this political shit. Your life is more important. But I guess when you get into the cabal, it is what it is. But yeah, the hoodie thing, I don't mind that. I don't give a fuck what politicians are wearing anymore. I could give a shit. As long as you're doing the job. So that part doesn't buy. It's actually kind of funny when you see him up on stage. Does it look like he's sort of belittling the position? Sure. But, I wouldn't mind seeing when they don't wear the tie. It reminds me of the brother from Black Sheep. Remember the movie Black Sheep? He's like, should I loosen the tie? Trying to be a cool guy. Yeah. All right. Well, look, I'm going to